Have you ever made a bad financial decision? It's easy to do, especially when you're uneducated, young, go to school, and the college campuses love to have the credit card companies out there just throwing you lines of credit. Well, if you have made a bad financial decision or two, I know I have in the past, what can you do to get out of that hole that you might have dug yourself into? What are the consequences? Well, let's see what Dave has to say about it.
Stop acting rich. You don't have any stinking money. Act like a broke person. Why? It's easy. You're a broke person. You make 60 or 90 or 160 a year and you got nothing. Nothing. No money. Payments coming out your ears, out of control, strutting around acting like you're something. In Texas, they call that big hat, no cattle. Stop it. I'm tired of being broke. I worked too stinking hard to be this broke. I put up with too much crap to be this broke. If people aren't making fun of you, you're probably not on track. Because people are stupid. People are broke. They Said and I Heard is the dumbest financial planning firm out there. Because if you look around, 70% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. Stupid is on parade all around you. It's a clown show financially. You want to be that? I don't want to be that.
Good points. Check out some of the comments. Stop using your credit card and you'll be amazed how much money you'll save. True. Yet, there's pros and cons of credit cards. If you're a wise credit card user, use, not abuse, big difference, then you'll use that credit card, pay it off every month, pay off the balance in full every month, collect those points, use them in your favor. That's how you make good use of a credit card. But many of us out there have problems with credit cards. They abuse rather than use. Stop using credit cards and you'll be amazed how much money you'll save. True. There's pros and cons with credit card use. The difference is it's a credit card use or abuse. Use is a good thing. If you have the willpower, you pay off the balance in full every month, you can accrue points and use it to your advantage. That's a good thing. Unfortunately, many of us, we abuse the credit cards and rack up debt that we can't pay. Therein lies the problem. Who do you think picks up the tab when people declare bankruptcy? They have $100,000 in credit card debt, and all of us end up paying for it. No different than theft. Yeah. So, bad financial decisions. Dave's speaking about poor people, given the facade, the image, false image of having wealth. And you look online and take a walk outside in the real world, you'll see lots of times, for some odd reason, people that don't have any money, they give out that false impression of having money. You'll see it. They'll pull up to the grocery store in their Mercedes, and they're going to buy groceries, and when they're checking out, they're using EBT. Maybe they got the fancy designer clothes, the nails done, the hair, the designer bag. And yet they'll drive home from that grocery store in their Mercedes to pull up to a Section 8 apartment. Section 8 apartment, man. In an EBT. But hey, the facade is, hey, look at me driving the Mercedes. I have wealth. I'm doing well in life. Yeah, right. Dave made a good point there. And then you have people like Warren Buffett who live in a modest house, drive an average car, one of the richest men in the world. And you would never know that if just take a look at the guy. Watch him in the grocery store. See how he behaves. Night and day difference in the behavior and mentality of those who are wealthy and those who are broke.
Great news for it. I actually got you approved in that 2009 F-250 out there. Only $11.99 a month. What do you say, man?
I don't know. I was kind of planning on moving out soon. What do you think I should do?
I mean, move out, buy a truck. I mean, look, I'm a car salesman, man, but let me give you my honest opinion off the record. How you gonna move your stuff if you don't have a truck, dude?
You're so right.
You gotta get the truck before you can move.
Okay,
right?
okay, I gotcha.
Exactly. You got any questions for me though before we wrap this up?
I mean, the $11.99 a month, that's no problem. I make $3,000 a month, so like
You make dude, you're good.
that's less than half. Like I'm
Not even half, dude.
Yeah, and I don't have the full 5K to put down. You guys take credit card?
Dude, we can put the whole thing on a credit card.
5K. Oh, let's go. I'm gonna be perfect then. Now,
Man, we're gonna take care of you.
last question. Does this include warranty?
So I know we went over that, but the bank's not going to finance the warranty. But honestly, with only a little over 200,000 miles and you're only financing for 84 months, you don't even need a warranty because this thing's not going to give you any trouble. And then it'll be paid off, and you'll be coming back to me for another one. So I wouldn't even worry about that, dude. You'll be golden, trust me.
I mean, it does only have 200,000 miles. I should be fine,
That's nothing
right?
for an F-250, bro.
Cool.
All right, so if you don't have any more questions for me, just sign there. We'll get it wrapped up today. Congratulations.
Wait, what is it?
All right, let's check out a comment on this video. They make jokes, but this is reality, how they operate. No car dealership has or will ever done anything to help you. They're the same as politicians. Never ask a salesman what to do. So true. So yeah, that was a spoof, obviously a parody video, but that shows the mentality of people out there. The guy wanting to buy the car, he's talking himself into it. He's justifying the poor decision and being supported, obviously, all the way from the salesman. The salesman just knows this guy's signing his life away in a bad deal. Old car, well overpriced. But that's the mentality. That's the bad financial decision. And it's so obvious. But if you get pigeonholed, if you got that tunnel vision on, I want this shiny new object, and in this case, not a shiny new object's old and overpriced. But you get that tunnel vision, it's like being an addict wanting your next fix. Nothing else matters. Nothing. Just you gotta have it. Gotta have it. Hence his behavior, justifying the insane purchase he's about to make. And you heard he didn't even have the cash for the down payment. He wanted to use a credit card. There's the abuse happening live in real time in this guy's poor financial decision. So this parody got made because this happens every day. Dealerships across the country, they are actually seeing this go down. This is a real thing. And it's sad to say that people, they can't help themselves. They just don't stop. They keep doing this. Where does it end? Let's check out this example of a young person making a bad financial decision.
What's a bad financial decision that you regret making in life?
When I was 18 and I decided to open 5 credit cards, I think that was the worst thing I could have ever done.
Yeah, why do you say that?
Because when you're 18, you think you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to spend all this freaking money,
That is free money.
and you got to pay back. And you're 18 and dumb. And you're like, Victoria's Secret, credit card here. Like, it's all cool. But then you get into debt. So
Yeah.
that's probably the worst. So if you're 18, don't get credit cards. Be smart about it. Open one at a time. Pay it off. Pay it every month. I'm going to give you that.
And then what was the amount of debt you were in?
It wasn't that much, but it was about 4K.
Okay, you paid it off already?
I paid it off. Learned my lesson, and now I only use credit cards for emergencies.
All right. Well, you heard her. She mentioned being 18. As I mentioned in the opening of this video, youth, ignorance, that can come back to bite you. So what happened to her? Open up 5 credit cards with no ability to repay that big debt at 18. She's living proof of the mentality when you're young and you're thinking the credit card is not real money. It's almost like monopoly money because you're not seeing you're receiving the instant gratification, but you're not experiencing the delayed burden. That delayed burden is that big balance you got on 5 credit cards at the end of the month that constantly grows if you don't pay it off. Lesson learned though. Now she's 27 and she only uses credit cards for emergencies. So she lived and learned. As long as you learn after a bad financial decision, especially in something like this, you're going to have that. You're going to hold on to that. That's wisdom now. And you're going to be better off for the rest of your life.
It comes to no surprise that people make poor decisions, especially if you follow my page when it comes to financial literacy. I get so many messages on people wanting me to make a decision for them on what car they should buy, on how to fix their credit, on what they need to do to have a game plan to become financially better. You're going to have to think for yourself. Everything starts with you. And I think it speaks volume. You need to have somebody make a decision for you because you are incapable of understanding the complexities that are so simple in front of you and decipher whether or not this is going to be a good decision for you, a good investment for you, whether it's spiritually, mentally, fiscally, physically, relationship wise, whatever it is, you need external validation instead of internal validation. And that's the whole point of consumerism. This is how we break those shackles. This economy is so gamified. Credit cards are gamified with points. You can get this points if you spend this much. You can get this if you spend this. Vehicles are gamified. If you have this specific brand, you will go into this social status. And the reality is, they're selling you a dream, and
You heard them. They're selling you a dream. This guy makes a bunch of car videos. You might have seen some of his videos, and it's good that he's getting engagement with his followers, that they're seeking advice. So that's step one, that they're trying to get educated. That's a good thing. Yet, if you watch some of his videos, sadly, that he's showing real life examples of what I just showed you in that parody video about people basically signing their life away with interest. The interest rates for these auto loans, 20 to 30%. You're talking loan shark rates there. That's just insane. Let's check out a comment. Man is dropping truth bombs, but I bet someone who watches videos still calm and want to buy a car that they can't afford. Sad but true. Even if you acknowledge the wisdom he's spewing and the reality of the situation, they're just going to dismiss that, do what they want to do. That shiny new object I referred to earlier, that tunnel vision, doesn't really matter. Yes, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yes, it's that wisdom's there, but I'm not going to implement the wisdom. I'm just going to keep my tunnel vision and pretend to be ignorant, make a bad financial decision. People can help, but this heavy lifting is up to an individual. Secondly, the focus should be on being financially stable instead of looking like something you aren't. Yeah, that goes back to what I was saying earlier about how wealthy people, you can't even tell they're wealthy most of the time. They look like the average Joe. And then poor people, they're trying to be rich. That facade, that visual, that's so fake. It's where we are as a society. It's a bad financial decisions. Have you made one or two? Are you currently suffering the consequences of one of those decisions that you made? Like and subscribe, and leave a comment. Share your experience on a bad financial decision that you made. And I'll see you guys in the next round.